Hi, these are the basics for newborn kitten care. And kitten season is the perfect time to learn. The first thing you need to do or think about is getting their bedding ready and figure out how to keep them safe, draft-free, warm, and out of reach of other pets and children. I use clear storage containers with big holes drilled in the top to keep my other animals out of their reach and keep these little guys draft-free. You could use a carrier or even a box. With that being said, you will need a heating pad. The heating pad needs to be set on low heat, placed underneath the storage container to keep them warm. It only goes on half of the storage container, so if they get too warm over the heating pad, they can get off. The heating pad should not have an automatic shut-off. It should stay on all the time. I always put my heating pad on underneath the container and place the container on top of the heating pad set at low. So when you receive your little kitten, the first thing is to evaluate the kitten. Look them completely over, looking for anything that looks abnormal. Look for fleas, skin condition. Check their gums for pinkness. If their gums are pale, they may need warm subcutaneous fluids for dehydration. Pick up the baby. They should feel nice and warm to the touch. If they're below 95 degrees and they feel cool or not warm, warm that baby before doing anything else. If you feed a cold baby, you will kill it. So always make sure that you keep them nice and warm. After you are completely sure that the baby's warm and comfortable, you will need to weigh each of them in grams and chart it. This is the scale that I use to weigh the babies. You can place a bowl, a box up on top of it, zero it out, and weigh them. Then after that, you chart it. I also chart the abnormalities I found during the evaluations. This is most important because it's their weight more than anything that will tell you how they are doing on a daily basis. Kittens should gain approximately 10 grams per day or more. If they start losing weight, then there's a problem. This weight loss is your first indication of a problem that needs to be evaluated. That is why weighing kittens is so important. If a kitten has fleas, take the kitten and bathe the kitten in warm water and Blue Dawn dishwashing soap. Rinse and dry completely, then place the kitten in a warm, clean bed. This is the mini miracle nipple. When you put it on your bottle, you put it on from the top instead of through the bottom. Powdered replacement milk needs to be refrigerated after the can's been opened, so read the instructions. However, this powdered Breeder's Edge does not require refrigeration. Only after it's mixed will it need to be refrigerated. You will always feed the kitten with its belly down. Do not hold the baby kitten as you would your own human baby and feed. This could make the baby aspirate and will cause harm to the baby kitten. Before I feed, I will weigh the kitten and chart it, then proceed to feed. I'll demonstrate how to feed a kitten. Oh, are you hungry? Always place the kitten belly side down. Hold the bottle. Hold the kitten up to where it's looking more at the ceiling. And you'll know whenever they get a good grasp. You're climbing. I know. On my lap, I fold my legs and feed this way. Don't let them chew on the nipple. There she goes. Whoop. You don't ever want to try and feed them when they're looking down like this. They don't get the milk and they'll fight you. So it's always good to make them look pretty much up to the ceiling and feed. She should be laying on her belly, but she's a climber. With little bitty newborn babies, they will lay down on your leg and they will suck without climbing. So after I bottle feed, I'll burp the baby. And you're probably asking, why burp the baby? The mother doesn't burp the baby, but the mother doesn't feed it a bottle either. So these little ones, they get air and can cause stomach problems, so you make sure that you burp them. You can put them over the shoulder or over your leg and just burp. You'll feel it whenever it comes, won't we? Yeah, you feel it when it comes. Rub their belly, make them feel good. There was a burp. There was a burp. Yes, it was. Now it's your siblings' turn to eat. Just adorable. I know. You hungry? I'm gonna have to potty that one too. Let's see how you do. I'm still seeing lumps. There we go. This is the way. Place them belly down. Don't let them chew on the nipple. He's going to be a climber too. After I feed them, wipe off their little mouth, burp them. Yes, it's time to burp. You probably won't because you didn't eat a lot. He's looking at me like, what are you doing to me? After we burp them, we potty them. Potty them is just holding the kitty. They usually put their little feet up like this. I use a dry towel or a paper towel, and you can see that he's going potty and scratching himself in the face. Yeah. You don't need to rub hard or anything. You just need to, you can even pat. But I always kind of go back and forth. Say, let's hope you don't poop this time. Yeah. Before and after you feed the baby, always weigh him. You turn it on, make sure it's in grams. Zero it out. Like I said, you could use a bowl. There it was about 348. You're not going to sit still? Yeah, it's right at 348. And you're done.
What age do they start using the box?
3 weeks. These guys are 4 weeks, so. After I feed them, I'll wash their little faces, I'll burp them, and then I weigh them again in grams. That way you make sure that they are weighing a little bit more than the time before. After feeding kittens, you will have to burp and potty them because they are totally dependent upon you for everything. Normally, their weight should be in grams at 1 week old, 100 to 200 grams. When I mix up the kitten food, I usually use a shaker cup like this, and that way you can shake it and get all the lumps out of it. If the kittens are having diarrhea, very thin poop, I use rice cereal, just enough to thicken it just a little bit. It also helps keep them full a little bit longer. Once they start wanting a little bit more food, around 3 weeks to 4 weeks, and you're having problem with them eating pate kitten food, I will use chicken with gravy. The other stuff that you buy, it's no good, but this Gerber chicken with gravy, you can mix it up with the rice and the milk, and they will eat it no problem. So whenever you have sick little babies, this is a good thing if you can't get them to eat, because pretty much they will eat this all the time. When feeding little bitty 1 week old babies or newborn to 1 week, it's always good to use a syringe. I don't have the right kind of nipple on this right now, but a miracle nipple on this fits. And you would put the milk in there by putting it in the bottle and pulling up. And then when you feed the baby should suck it down all by itself. You don't need to even press to make the milk come out. The reason why I use these clear containers is, first of all, I can see through it, see whenever they're up and around. They're easy to clean, and they're draft free. I use little bitty containers like this with a lid that has holes in it to transport little baby kittens to the vet or to another house for another foster. But this way it keeps them draft free and they don't get cold. With this kind of a nipple, this is the nipples that come with regular bottles. Miracle nipples you have to order or get from WAAL. But this is a regular nipple. Don't throw them away. They're great to be used with little kittens that you're feeding mush to from a bottle. So you just cut off the tip of it, let the big hole in there. That way the food can come out. They suck it right out. These bottles are great.